What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'm going to show you four articles here that keep illustrating this point I'm trying to, pound through on how increasing prices of goods and services are making it almost impossible for people to, survive with the budget they have because their wages aren't increasing, but prices of everything is definitely increasing, excuse me. And also, with all these strikes and all these workers quitting, it adds another factor into this whole situation, this whole crisis. And so, here, there's this article that talks about average new car prices hit record high. Now, I know you may think, it's like, well, I'm not buying a car. I already have my car now. But for people who are trying to get their car, even just a used car, that can run well, because maybe the car they have is broken down and beaten up. Yeah, the average car price, this is for new cars, is 45,000, and that's up 12% from 1 year ago. So almost $5,000. Now I know used car prices had gone up around I think it was like 20% or around there. I presented a video on that. And that's insane because now you basically a used car is almost just as much as a new car. And I actually got an email asking if I wanted to sell one of the cars that my family has, and they're desperate because they're low on inventory. Okay, and the cars that are waiting to be shipped need chips in them because there's a chip shortage. So there's a lot of stuff happening in the supply chain. Not only that, I'm going to go over here and show you this next article. Americans' heating bills to soar up to 50% this winter. Now, remember we said that what you see happening internationally is eventually going to come here. We had an energy crisis when the ice storm happened around Texas, and you saw how complicated things got there for residents. Here we see, according to the IEA's October Winter Fuels Outlook, nearly half of U.S. households that warm their homes with mainly natural gas can expect to spend an average of 30% more on their multi-year high bills compared with last year. The agency added that bills would be 50% higher if the winter is 10% colder than average, and 22% higher if the winter is 10% warmer than average. So your bills are still going up regardless. And one of the things I've been trying to say on this channel is, hey, have a financial plan. If you're invested in digital assets, take profits. You don't know what's going to happen, have a plan ahead of time and execute that plan. Because things are getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And as each day goes by, I can feel the pressure and the circle getting smaller and smaller. And the inevitable is bound to happen. It's bound to come. So you have to pay attention and see for what it really is. And another interesting article here that I wanted to show was about the military. What happens with those that, revoke the medicine? Well, they're going to be expelled according to this article. And not just the Navy, but it goes for all the military. And that's going to really, really take a toll on the security of this nation. And not just the military. Let me point out the police department. And I showed another article about the Seattle Police Department, that they were at risk of losing a large portion or a large percentage of their workforce. Here, the Chicago Police Union had urged its members to defy the medicine, warns forced to shrink 50% this weekend. I mean, when you look at all this, you can't tell me that you don't foresee a stupendous crisis headed our way. Because from the articles I keep showing day in and day out, you see it. And when you have an opportunity to either make a decision to plan ahead and you decide not to, then that's on you. knowing what the situation is. And so, as I'm presenting this, keep in mind that the situation becomes more and more dire. The minutes are ticking, the days are passing by, and you can't, if you become used to the crisis, you're just gonna be like a sheep being herded to the slaughterhouse. And you got to be aware. You have to be 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of the game. And by keeping up to date with these current events, that's how you keep yourself aware of everything that's happening. So I hope this episode has brought you some value. I hope it's really giving you some insight, because a lot of people, whether they're ignorant or just don't want to hear this, really don't know. They might see things passing by, but they're not really informed. And so I hope I can provide that, whatever small guidance it is, to give you guys just a slight peek at these current events. So like and subscribe, comment below, let me know what your thoughts are. As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.